Hello, 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 and welcome back to Carter's Retro Quest. I'm Will. Let's talk about where we've been and what's changed around here lately. So, for the obvious, this shop has changed, right? If you've ever watched this show before. We had a pretty big 24 by 36, I think, shop, and now we are back in the 12 by 20 garage. We'll sit down and talk about that for a second, but I'll give you a little quick tour here. All right, so that is the garage door that I have covered up. I've got it sealed up, try to keep in some air out of here. And we've got all of our totes along one wall here, as you can see. We have a photo booth set up over here in this little nook. One of the drawbacks to here is there are 3 plug-ins in this whole garage. So it's drop cord city. There's no heat or air in here, so it's the big fan over there and the kerosene heater. I hate the kerosene heater, but it's a necessary evil, I guess you could say. Over here we've got our workstations. These hats are all clean and ready to be pictured, shaped and pictured. And then our, death pile, some of it. That is our photo wall. And more death pile. Shipping station. Workstation. Right now it's holding all of our packages that are going out tomorrow. But shipping station, labeling station. But that is, that's the desk. Got my TV up there. Got some of my toys. They will not all fit in here, so, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, as I was saying, yesterday was Martin Luther King Day, so there was no mail. This is Saturday, Sunday, Monday sales. Today's Tuesday as I'm filming this. But we got 23 things going out. Mostly hats. I think there's 11 or 12 hats out of that 23. Do have a few video games. But mainly, I think this is a set of coveralls, flame retardant coveralls. I'll get it out in a minute. So video games and some clothes, more clothes. All these boxes are hats. And a camera and truck parts and something else. But most everything going out tomorrow, 11 or 12 of them are hats. The total on that was right around $500 for what's sitting there. Okay, so for continuity's sake, I started filming this video Tuesday night. Sorry about the cars driving by, can't help it. Started filming this video Tuesday night. Life got in the way, had to do some things, I didn't get it finished. So I recorded it Wednesday morning. It's Wednesday afternoon. I started editing it, and man, I just hated the way. Look, I'm straight shooter. I'm boring as heck to watch, and I went on and rambled about the shop and what happened. So I hated it. I cut it out, and I'm refilming this section of the video. So this is actually Wednesday night. You're watching this part. But anyway, let's talk about the shop. So July 17th, landlord calls and says, hey, there's been an incident at the shop. A truck had pulled in, tore down all the power lines basically. And come to find out, I had kind of scummy landlords, and they didn't have insurance or anything on the building. So they turned in this massive claim to the truck's insurance company, and without them having insurance or lawyers to fight them, they just kind of laughed at it and said, well, we'll pay you when we pay you. So that left us, low man on the totem pole there, and where the poop rolls to, downhill. So we had a building we were paying rent on with no power. Our lease came due September 1st. And after, 2 months or so of them, just hum-hawing and not fixing anything, we told them we weren't renewing the lease. We came back to our house, slapped a quick coat of paint on the walls. If you can tell, it's leftover paint from the shop. So we packed up and moved back to the garage here. Yes, we had insurance, but we didn't damage the building, so they wouldn't pay for it on them. The first thing They never told me they didn't have insurance in their defense. But why else would they not file an insurance claim and get their stuff fixed? The only reason that anyone could think of would be the fact that they don't have insurance. So we lost the shop, basically, because, you know, who wants to pay rent on a big powerless storage unit like that kind of rent anyway? We did look around for another building to rent in town, but they were all like $3,000 for rent because they're, you know, commercial. So this was our option. And you got to do what you got to do sometimes. So I loved the shop. I missed the shop, but that's what it is. And this has been the short and sweet answer of what happened to the shop. So there you go. Now back to this morning's me. So there has been a little bit of change in our business model. Everybody knows that Chris Old School Picker was a big influence on me. You know, that's the hello at the beginning. That's Chris. Chris also used to have a saying. His thing was sell what you find. In our area, man, we've just been overran with resellers around here. You know, people watching the YouTube videos and stuff, and I can't lie. I've shown a few people the ropes, you know, and they're out there now. They're good people, but it's still competition. And there's just so many people running up. You know, you go to a yard sale, and I guarantee if you're there 10 minutes, at least 3 people are going to stop and say, "Got any video games?" And then they're going to go right back to the car and leave. So we didn't, you know, video games this past summer for us, I call them seasons, you know. But this past season, I bought 3 consoles and probably less than 15 games, except right at the beginning of spring, there was a big band fundraising yard sale where we bought a bunch of games and consoles. But after that, they were like slim and none. We went on the Route 41 sale. We went on the Route 60 sale. They weren't out there. And the ones we did find, you know, they'd want $10 for a $3 Wii game, you know, and it's like, nope. So what do you do? What do you do when your bread and butter is, you know, your bread's stale and your butter's molded? You find something else. So, you know, it's like you go to every yard sale, there's one thing there every time, and that's clothing. Clothing and shoes, things like that. You know, they're probably my least favorite thing to sell. I don't have that passion for them, but they have grown on me because they're easy to ship. You know, you bag them up, stick them in a tote, wait for somebody to buy them and ship them out. When you're buying the right stuff, they don't stay in the tote long, and, you know, something you paid 50 cents for just went out the door for 15, 20 bucks. Sometimes $7 to $10, but, you know, we kind of got a rule that, you know, shirts and jeans, they're a buck. That's our main thing. That's what we pay, you know, when we're at yard sales. You know, my motto is I'll never leave a pair of dollar Levi's behind. So we've basically switched over to clothing. So switching over to clothing does not mean I've gave up, you know, selling everything else. I'm still an everything seller. You know, if I'm at a yard sale or there's, you know, at the auction house or somewhere that, you know, I see something roll through there that is like, oh, you know, they only want $5 for that. I can sell it for 50. I'm going to buy it. And I'm going to sell it. But there's, you know, like I said, there's a whole lot less of that around here. There's so many people buying stuff now to flip and everything online that the competition here in a small town is just overwhelming. But there's plenty of junk out there for everybody. You know, everybody just needs a niche. And that's what we've done. We've kind of niched into the clothing side of it. Nobody seems too interested in that in our area for now. Wait until this video comes out. My locals always watch at least, and they're going to be like, hey, he's making pretty good money selling clothes, so let's switch over to clothing. But I hope not. But if they do. We'll find something else. But anyway, clothing's been going really good for us. So we've hit a few big hits. Auctions have been great for us, you know, this winter so far. There was the epic hat haul that you guys saw the short video for, my last video that I did, unfortunately, a few months ago. But I paid $212 all in for that. Probably have sold $1,500 or so out of that. Let me check the books. $1,640 is what's came out of the epic hat haul. There was another huge closet buy for us. It was $200 all in on fees. And then I couldn't load it or unload it. Amy was at work. So I did hire a helper to load everything for us. That cost us $60. So we were all in $260 on that. So that closet was loaded with vintage Ralph Lauren, Polo, just Banana Republic, all kinds of vintage higher end clothing. You know, I'm not talking purple label Ralph Lauren, but you know, it was all green label, but vintage chaps, Ralph Lauren chaps. Not just the ones that say chaps, but the ones that say chaps by Ralph Lauren, or Lauren, however you pronounce it. It's Ralph Lauren to me. There was just tons and tons and tons and tons of it. That purchase is, like I said, it was $260 all in, and sitting at $2,671 profit. That's after the 261's deducted. Clothing has been great, and we've been buying, like we went on the Route 60 sale, which was down from where we're at in Indiana down through Kentucky to basically where my kids live. So we made it a deal to, you know, spend one day driving down yard selling, stay the night down there, visit with them, and then get up the next day to come back. But we didn't hit any sales on the way back. But on the way down, we basically filled our truck. I mean, our back, I can't speak. The bed of the truck was stuffed. I mean, you couldn't get anything in it. We have a top, so it was basically, we were cracking the tailgate, shoving jeans in and closing it. To keep them from falling out, because we bought every pair of Levi's that we found for $1. We, you know, anywhere we stopped at American Eagle jeans or, you know, nicer clothes, it was just, there was hit after hit after hit. It was, you know, $1. All clothing on that sale was basically $1, and we loaded the truck. There was several, by the time we got down to like Sturgis, people were quitting at like 12, 1 o'clock. This was a pretty decent route sale, a lot of traffic. And it's like, why are you quitting at 12 o'clock, you know? But you'd roll up at 12 o'clock and they'd just say, everything's free, take whatever you want. Usually at that point, I wouldn't be selective. I'd just be grabbing everything and taking it. It's free. But when your truck's already full, you got to kind of be selective. And we still picked out all the higher end stuff that we could out of it. That's what's been going on with us. We talked about the route sales. They were really good for us. Auctions have been good for us. Like I just picked up, I haven't got this listed yet, but really nice Carhartt, Union made, I think it's a 6 BLJ size 46 Carhartt jacket. The Navajo blanket line should be like $150 to $200 jacket. Got a pair of Carhartt bibs to go with it. Those are going to be listed today. One of the things I really do enjoy about clothing is hats. There's something about taking a, you know, pancaked, dirty, let's look at them. Taking a pancaked, dirty, filthy hat and, you know, turning it into something like this. You know, not a Rams fan, but it's a pretty sweet hat. I love the color schemes on it. We've been buying bulk lots of hats. You know, I don't like the lighting here. It's really bright, but buying them online, eBay, wherever we can. 50 cents a hat usually. Dad hats, truckers hats, visors, New Era. Anything we can get our hands on cheap, you know, and make profit on it. I like doing it. I like hats. They're easy to ship to. I enjoy it. I love gives me some satisfaction, I guess, to take something that's dirty and, you know, messed up and turn it into something that, you know, somebody's going to like and enjoy and wear. Plus, you get to see it happen, you know. We're a little bit different than everybody else on our hats. We hand wash them all. Unless it's brand new with tags, it gets washed by hand. And we lay them out, dry them, and then shape them, and then picture them and sell them. We go one step further than everybody else on our cleaning. I've done a lot of, back in my healthier days, you know, I used to do like car detailing and stuff. And I know one of the main things of cleaning upholstery in a car, I also, you know, managed a furniture business for over a decade, but cleaning furniture, cleaning cars is getting that dirty water out. Not just, soaking it and soaping it and washing it and then you let it dry, but when it's drying, there's still dirty water in that thing, whatever it is. Hats are kind of the same way. And, I told Amy when we were doing it, and I was like, I think it would be beneficial to, once we wash it, if we had a way to get the water that was still in the hat out besides just, putting it on a hat shaper or bowl and drying it. We went and bought one of those little small handheld carpet cleaners or upholstery cleaners. We bought a cheap one. I wanted it to be new. I didn't want to be rubbing someone's pet stains all over a hat. So I wanted a new one. We don't use it for like putting any solution on the hats. We bring them in here and suck all the water we can get out of them out. Then we put them on the hat shapers and stuff in front of the fan and let them dry. And there's been that you can tell quite a bit of a difference. So for all you hat resellers out there, there's a tip to help get your hats cleaner than what you normally do. Some people are going to flip out like, you put them in the sink and wash them? Yes, we do. Those hats over there, you should have seen some of them when they come in here. And, you don't put that much into each hat as far as time and effort. I've sent Caleb at theoldpaths a couple pictures of, just some pancaked truckers hats that came in before and afters. And, like I told him, I don't have any more than 10 minutes in that hat. I bought it for 50 cents and I'm going to sell it for, 15 to 20 bucks. So is it worth the time and effort? To me, it is. Plus, I like doing it and it's kind of relaxing. Like I said, there's just that, you get to see it come from crap and junk to a nice little hat. So I like it. So hats are one of our biggest sellers. As you've seen yesterday with the orders going out, 23 orders going out, 11 or 12 of them were hats. So, plus you can make some pretty good money. I sold a lot of hats out of that hat, the Epic Hat Haul that were, $100, $150, $200. Still had the Jaguars hat. I think I've got it on sale for like $250. You live and learn. I had an offer the day I listed that hat for $350. I had it listed at $400 and I had someone offering to pay $350. And I didn't do it. And it's like, ugh. Oh, I didn't do it because the last one had sold for $579. So I thought $400 was a fair price. You live and learn. Now I'm like, gosh, I wish I'd have took that $350 because it's on sale for $250 or $279 or something like that. Live and learn. If it's close, if it's in the ballpark, take the offer. Okay, so we've talked about moving, we've talked about pivoting our business, and we've talked about hats and, what we do with them. I think that covers about everything, gets everybody up to date. Some of you have asked me about Retro on Instagram. Retro is in the house. This is a small place, and we didn't want pets in here. We just didn't want, the pet hair or anything getting on stuff. 99% of the time, our stuff is bagged and toted. And she never messed with that anyway. I mean, let's be legit. She laid around on her throne and slept most of the time. We thought it was better since this was such a small place to kind of eliminate that. So she's in the house with the other pets. I miss her being out here because, in the shop, her and I would, cuddle up in the chair and, we worked. I mean, I wasn't watching TV or playing games over there. We worked. Really, we worked. Also, for you guys that are into selling hats, if you're to me, the best hat sellers out there on YouTube are Hat House. They have started a network, hat sellers basically. If you go over to Instagram, it's Hat House 79 and follow them. They also have started the Hat House network. And you can share your link tree and stuff. And I believe they're going to be showing everybody's, or the link trees they can in the end of their episodes. They have one that I noticed. But what I like is everyone is, on the network is on there, and you can click on it and go to their eBay stores. You can go to their YouTubes. You can go to everything, just like if ours, if you click on our name on there, you get all of our links. And I think it's really cool that they've done that, but it's a really nice network. And, they didn't tell me to shout it out or anything, and let's be honest, Only a couple dozen people are going to watch this video probably anyway, but if you are watching it and you're into hats, it's a good place to go. It's a good network. Okay, last thing for me, I'm going to get off here and do some things, list some Carhartts, list some hats. I just want to say sorry that I haven't been doing videos. Like I said, not a lot of followers anyway. I think we have 140 subscribers, and our videos don't get a lot of views. I do this for fun because I enjoy it. I have met people on here that, I mean, they're like Caleb at the Old Paths, two old guys, reselling podcast. That dude he's family. I think I talk to him at least every other day on Instagram. We message, and he's there when I need to say something. And hopefully, if he ever needs to say something to me, I'm here. But I love that guy. But that's why I do YouTube. It's not about getting famous. It's not about making money. If that happens, hey, it's cool. But go check out Hat House 79 on Instagram if you're interested in signing up for the Hat House Network. Also, go watch them on YouTube if you want to learn anything about hats. He's probably got the best hat shaper out there, too, on the market. So I bought one. Little hint, if you like to steam your hats on the thing, it's plastic. It'll melt. Duh. But I bought some silicone heat-resistant tape, $4, something like that. But anyway, we've covered everything, relocating, pivoting our business, Retro the Cat. We pitched the Hat House Network to you. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this, I love you, and I'll see you in the next one, and hopefully it's soon. Later.